First time home buyer, or maybe it's been a while. In today's video, I'm going to cover the home buying process. Welcome back to the channel and thanks for being here. Many people find the process of buying a home to be both exciting and stressful. In my experience, a lot of the stress can be reduced if you are properly prepared. So let's jump right in. Step 1, preparing to buy. Whether you're going to start writing contracts or just doing some recon work on the local market, it's never too early to talk to a real estate professional. A get-together over coffee will be enough to make your head spin with information, but the knowledge you gain is also invaluable. It's good to know what your wants versus needs are, but also to go over the process in general. Ask questions, express concerns, and align your expectations with those of your agent. Step 2, plan your finances. As early as possible, involve a mortgage broker. It's always nice to know what your affordability is from the get-go. Even if it isn't going to land you your dream home, there may be steps you can take over the next few years to get your financial house and your dream home more aligned. If you're behind in filing tax returns or if you owe any income taxes, sort this out. Collect your pay stubs, savings information, and be prepared to supply an entire tree's worth of paperwork. But best to get this done up front. This is probably the biggest tip in reducing stress so that you're not racing the clock of a contract, trying to figure out whether or not you can afford the perfect home you just found. You'll know ahead of time what your chances of securing your mortgage are. Keep in mind, this stage is just a pre-approval. You get your final approval from the lender once you have an agreed upon contract. More on that later. Step 3, viewing homes. This should be the fun part of buying, but not everyone enjoys shopping. Knowing that you're not trying to check every box on your list of wants and needs, rather you're trying to check the right boxes, will help in this process. Honest and open communication with your agent will help this stage be as enjoyable as possible. I promise you, your agent will not be offended if you tell them you hate the house as soon as you walk in. This is exactly the type of information they want to hear, so they can narrow down the home you're looking for. But do try to be as constructive with your feedback as possible. It does very little to help by simply saying you don't like the house without including the reasons why. Step 4, making an offer. You found the perfect home and you want to make it yours. Real Estate 101 says your offer has to be in writing. I generally like to put the contracts in my clients' hands early, sometimes in one of our first or second get-togethers. This way, they can familiarize themselves with the language and ask any questions they may have. When making your offer, it is important to remember that everything is negotiable until you have a mutual agreement. Afterwards, the contract is what it is. Price, moving dates, items included, all are up for discussion. You want the barbecue? Put it in the offer. Want the seller to paint the living room? Put it in the offer. If it isn't in writing, it doesn't exist in the world of real estate contracts. Step 5, due diligence. You came to an agreement with the seller and you're jumping off the walls with excitement, and that's great. But now is the time to be practical. If the contract included some conditions, this is the time to get your inspection done and financing rubber stamp. Assuming your financial picture hasn't changed for the worse since your pre-approval, this is more of a formality. But if it has been 3 or 4 months since you got your initial approval, perhaps things have changed. Maybe rates have gone up, your hours at work have been reduced, or you lost your job entirely. You went on vacation so you have less money for your down payment, or the absolute worst one you can do, you bought a car. A car loan negatively affects your buying power for real estate exponentially. For more details on this, stay tuned to the end of the video. Step 6, completing the sale and moving. Due diligence was a breeze, you bought the house, and now it's time to pay your money and register your title. Usually, a few days before the title is due to be registered, you'll meet with your lawyer to sign your final closing documents. And then it's time to move. Clearly, there will have been some steps along the way in terms of packing and arranging your moving trucks. However, I also encourage people to plan any initial work they want to do on the house. Are you going to install new flooring or paint the interior? Maybe you want a new kitchen before you settle in. These are things that are much easier to accomplish while the home is empty. So if possible, it's wise to have some overlap between places if this type of work is intended. And there you have it. Other than there being more paperwork, which these days is primarily digital anyways, I like to describe the process as similar to trying to find the perfect pair of jeans without a return policy. That'll do it for me for the day. If you enjoyed the video or at the very least learned something, let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to understand why buying a car is the worst thing you can do for your buying power, check out this next video. Other than that, thanks for watching and have yourself a great day.